Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hey, just like us, we long to be close to you. Hey, Lottie Dottie and everybody, welcome to the Jolly Marriage Show. My name, I'm back on coffee. Could you tell? I've been off of coffee for a month. I'm back.
Not been a month.
21 days, 3 weeks. Woo! I'm back. I had a cup of coffee today for the first time in 3 weeks. Woo! All right. Hello, beautiful. You're so cute. We're Greg and Linda watching from home in West Virginia. Are you by the fire pit? That's what I want to know. Anyway, Dr. Willie Jolley is my name, and this is my beautiful bride.
Hi, this is Dee.
Oh, you ain't had no coffee today.
No, I'm fine.
I had coffee.
Yes, dear.
Woo! I'm live on living color. Anyway, we're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. Now, why do we say a great marriage? Because we've been married going on 40 years. I know it don't look like I've been married 40 years. She definitely don't look like she's been married 40 years. But we've been going on 40 years. Haven't had an argument over 33 years. So we are grateful. Hey, Brother Gibbons, we got folks jumping in, joining in on all sorts of platforms. You know, we're available on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter Live. So tell everybody, send a tweet to people, send them a note. Say, hey, jump on right now. Now, this is our book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. And we want to invite you to go see our TED Talk. It's free, F-R-E-E, at jollymarriage.com. And when you're there, you can get a free chapter from the marriage book if this is your first time. Welcome, first timers. I want to say hello to all the first timers. And wherever you are. I was on the phone today with a friend of mine. I'm gonna give him a shout out, Tony Taylor, who co-wrote a lot of the music on my Music Power Book CD. You can go to musicpowerbook.com and listen to some of the music. And he was saying, man, I'm in North Carolina and we watch you often on our marriage show there, and then people in France and in Greece and South Africa and Australia, New Zealand, everywhere you are, we want to say welcome. And if you're in another country, do send us an email at info@williejolly.com if you're not watching it live. If you're watching live, put it in the chat. But if you're not watching it live, let us know where you watch from and your thoughts. And did you enjoy it? If you're live right now watching, just put in the chat where you are calling in from or checking in from. Did I get it all in?
You are so funny.
Woo! I love it.
We were on a 21-day fast, Daniel fast.
Yep.
And he gave up meat, seafood. He became a vegan.
Vegan.
And he gave up coffee.
Whew. That was hard.
My. But you were disciplined.
I did it.
You were disciplined.
Willie Larkin, my man, welcome. Happy New Year. So good to see you. Best to you and your bride and the folks at your church. That church bought a box of books for their marriage ministry. And we encourage people to do that at your ministries, at your churches, in your marriage ministry.
It's a great conversation starter. So let's get to what the issue is. So we're not wasting people's time and we're into our 30 minutes. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
All right.
Okay, so the topic this evening is help. My in-laws are trying to take over my home.
Uh-oh. Now, how did this come to be? Tell them the.
It's a similar question to an issue that we had last week. Because it was an in-law issue last week about the spouse who wanted the parents who wanted to move in with them, with the couple.
Okay.
But this one is slightly different.
Yes.
Okay, so the backstory quickly is this. I came home from work and my in-laws were cleaning the house.
This is a woman saying.
This is a woman saying she came home from work and her husband's parents were cleaning the house and she felt totally embarrassed. And her husband did not tell her that they were coming. But the in-laws have a key to the house.
Mm.
So they live like 2 hours away.
Mm.
So she doesn't quite know what to do about it. So I had to think about that. What would you say? I'd be so excited.
I said we got, Dee
We
was.
kind of said that last week in relationship to if in-laws wanted to move in. But here they're visiting, they get home, they get to the house before
the wife.
The wife does, and they're cleaning up.
They start cleaning up.
And she's embarrassed. I would be so happy I would not be.
Now you got to give context. Excuse me. You got to give context in this. Let me tell you why. One, Dee said this as soon as the letter, we read the letter. Email letter. What difference does it make, Dee? Come on, you're such a stickler for how we synopsize.
You're making up words for
I'm making them up. Anyway, letter, email, whatever. Came in and said, if that happened in my house, Dee said, she said, I'd ask them, do you do the laundry as well? Do you do the laundry? I got a load of laundry you could do. I
would be so appreciative. That's the.
Now,
so
let's give context. Let's give context. One is that we moved into my mother's house when we got married.
Into the attic.
In her house, her space, we moved in.
In the attic, no bathroom.
Okay. But that's not what I'm trying to, that's secondary. Okay. That's a red.
Well, that's context.
That's a red herring. Okay.
Why is that a red herring?
Because
so they can see.
All right. And you want to say, all right,
we were living in the attic. We had a queen size bed.
No, we didn't have it had a king size bed. It had a king size.
We had a desk and a chair.
We didn't have a queen size. We had we had a queen size.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have a king size. We had a queen size.
And we put together a desk.
Right.
Well, I put together a desk. That's when I
discovered another story.
That you didn't know how to use a screwdriver. That's another story.
But that was not my gifting at that point in time in my life.
I received that. But anyway.
She was thinking I'm her daddy. I could put together.
I learned quickly that you
that
were not.
I was not.
And I adjusted.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we were living in my mother-in-law's attic. The bathroom was one flight down.
And now I'm giving context.
And we adjusted.
We lived in my mother-in-law's house. And my mother's house, her mother-in-law's house. Mm-hmm. One. Mm-hmm. Two, my mother was the sweetest woman you have ever met.
Neat, no.
Okay, she's a pack rat. She saved everything. She didn't want to throw out anything. She was
a school teacher. She
had
all the
papers from the kids from the first year in 1952 of teaching. She had papers from those kids because she said, I might need them one day. She kept everything. So house was not cleanliness, but tidiness was not her strong suit.
Did you have a ham hanging in the attic?
There was a ham in the basement that had been behind the wall. Okay. A country ham, the big old ham hanging on a
still curing in the basement.
There you go.
Maybe 30 years.
And there was a time in the basement where there was a walkway in the basement between stuff on this side and stuff on that. Anyway, but Dee,
so that's a great visual.
But let me finish. Dee went about tidying it up. You did. You tidied up the house, and my mama didn't care as long as Dee was doing it because now here's what I'm really getting to.
But it was how I did it, and it was not extreme.
Oh, but here's what I'm getting to.
What?
It's all about relationship. It's about relationship and being respectful. So you just said it. It's how you did it. And you always talk to her and say, my Jolly, can I move this? Can I put this here? You spoke to her and she appreciated you. At least gave her that respect.
I was appreciative. We didn't have to pay rent and we were able to save. So we
save
could buy the
money
house
so
we're living in now.
We can buy the house we live in.
All right. So we're talking about our relationship.
So it goes back to this story. Mother-in-law and father-in-law come in while she's at work. The house is not.
They have a key to.
They have a key, and she did not tidy up the house. She gets there home, and they're there. The husband didn't tell her they were coming or that they had arrived. She walks in. The mother is one of them mopping, the other one moving her stuff around and cleanly, and she was totally taken aback. Wow.
She was embarrassed. She was
Ooh,
offended.
and embarrassed. So the question is, how do you handle this? And that's what we want to get to.
The obvious solution is
Solutions.
the umbrella is.
Hope, stop before I forget. Cheryl told me make sure to say this early on this time, that we are going to be getting sponsors for this show. And if you have a organization that you work with or work for or you own, and you want us to promote your program, your product, your service to thousands and thousands of people around the globe, reach out to us at info, I-N-F-O, at williejolley.com. Info at WILLIEJOLLEY.com. Okay, now.
Okay, the solution, the umbrella solution, of course, is communication.
Yes.
But I thought, let's unpack it a little differently.
All right.
Because when we talk about communication, we talk about the 4 F's.
Right.
And it's like, okay, be friendly, be frank.
About your feelings.
About your feelings. Be fair, listen to the other person's side, and then focused on a win-win for both of you. So let's unpack that a little bit, because I think sometimes we say it, and it's like, okay, I need some practical examples because I'm not getting this. So okay, you want to communicate with your spouse. So my question is, what kind of relationship did you guys have that the parents have a key to the house to begin with? There must have been some kind of communication, right?
Well,
how did the parents? I'm just thinking about all the things that are unsaid. Okay.
Well, no, hold on. I'm gonna give you.
Have a key to their house.
That's okay though.
Which suggests that they can come when they want to.
Yeah. Or no. Usually, typically, when somebody has a key to your home, it's not for them to come when they want. It's because of an emergency. That's typically why you give somebody a key to the house. We had a key to my brother's house. I didn't go in there. They were his family. I had a key in case there was an emergency. One, because my mother was living there.
Yes.
Okay. And there was an emergency. They were out. And Mama fell down or something. I had a key. I wasn't going up in there just to in their private time, but I would go. I had the key. So typically, most people are given a key for an emergency. Mom and Dad, you should have a key to our house. You had a key to your parents' house. We lived 3 hours away.
Yes.
Okay. So that's you.
So if I came home, I think my brother has a key to our house. So if I came home and my brother's car was there and they were in the house, let's go.
Yeah, but you would not expect that they would come without letting you know. So it's about communication.
I would not be
if they were in here.
Annoyed.
Okay, but let's say they were in here. They were cooking on your stove. Now let's go to what bothers you. Somebody cooking on your stove.
Use the bleach to clean up the grease.
How about
because I don't want to cook anyway.
They fried chicken.
Okay.
All right, on your stove. All right,
clean it up.
You're gonna have a little concern.
I would remind them to clean it up. I would not be offended.
Well, I'm saying that because of the relationship you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Relationships.
It goes back to relationships.
Okay. So I'm saying there's some kind of relationship because they got a key to the house.
That was
maybe
a
they
relationship.
have a key to the house
for whatever reason. We don't know their reason.
Okay, but they got a key to the house. Okay. So communicate with your spouse first as to what your perspective is, as to how this makes you feel.
Mm-hmm. So let me just, we take folks jump in on live because we can have dialogue here. Mm-hmm. Now, Brenda Colson said, I think it's disrespectful, especially if they don't communicate with you. You are supposed to be the lady of the house. I wouldn't do that to them. That's what I think. Hey, I actually am with you, Brenda. I think that the wife felt embarrassed. She felt disrespected. And there wasn't any forewarning. So she could tidy up, okay? That she could say, oh, my in-laws are coming tonight. Let me just put my stuff. Because when they got there, one other thing it said in the email was that one was mopping the floor and others were taking her stuff that was all over the place and putting it in somewhere. didn't have a problem with that.
Okay, so that make you feel a little uncomfortable.
When the cleaning people come to our house.
When the cleaning people come to the house, but that's different.
I know they schedule, but if I forget, stuff is not where I'm used to.
And normal people who have a cleaning crew put certain things in a certain place.
Well, I put
because the cleaning people might not know. They're
I learned the hard way when I couldn't find stuff. I said, "Where's my stuff?" And so I learned. Now I know to ask my wife. Because the first time they came after COVID, you didn't let me know they were coming, and I went out.
Well,
you didn't remind me that they were coming. You knew, I didn't know, and so I come in, and my office is all different. Okay, and my bedroom area is different. Where my pajamas? Where my stuff? I learned a lesson. You know it's true. And so I learned a lesson that on the days the cleaning people come, I make sure I put the stuff away that I want to be.
Okay, so I will give you that.
All right.
All right. She's embarrassed. They're putting her stuff away. She doesn't know where it is.
Right.
It would be good if the husband knew, if he had communicated that to her.
Yes.
Which then, under the heading of communication,
that's starting point.
To talk about, wow, when your parents came, I didn't know they were coming. It didn't give me a chance to put some things away that I might not have wanted them to see. Some personal things, maybe like that, because you don't want to offend him, right? The husband.
Yes. Yes.
And then you need to know, oh, did you know they were coming? Because she hasn't communicated with him because she comes home and they're clean. Right. How do you feel about that? He might be elated that his parents are cleaning up because she's working, the spouse is working, and maybe never has time to do it the way that he's been raised. Now you're also getting into a cultural thing.
Oh, you just hit a good point. And let's assume.
I got some practical experience with that because I know somebody who never made up the bed.
Well, I didn't see a need to make up a bed if I'm gonna get back in it. Okay, I didn't. What the heck?
It's a difference.
Cultural. It's cultural. It's cultural. But I have not missed making up the bed in at least 20.
You are so wonderful.
27, 28, 29 years.
I conditioned
you. Gave me sex.
But
she sexed me up and said, if you clean up the bed, I'll hook you up often. I said, I'm going to clean up that bed. I'm going to fluff those pillows. And now, over the years, I'm still cleaning it up because every now and then, a brother get hooked up.
So back to communication.
Yes.
So we talked about that in terms of you didn't understand.
I didn't see a need. That didn't make sense to me.
How it made me feel when the bed was all tidy.
Yeah, and
that I would
pillows all.
Yeah, and that I would reward you if you would make it tidy for me.
I'll do it again right now. You won't run up and do the bed right now. I'll pluck the
now. I didn't go into all of the details. You just hide stuff.
By the way, you look mighty cute.
Thank you. So you just hide stuff. Don't open the closet door because stuff will fall out. But that's a concession. It's like that's okay. I don't have to see it. Shoes all under it. It just looks good. That made me happy, and you got rewarded.
Yes, I did. Brother Robert Abney, thank you for inviting us to Sharon's birthday party, and we are so glad you and Sharon.
It was wonderful.
Wonderful. That's our friend Sharon.
Bullock.
I had a mind blow. Beautiful and brilliant Sharon Bullock. Then Michael, my friend Michael Givens is on. He said, I think it's better to let your spouse know if anyone is coming to the house. And he said, he understands how a brother can get hooked up and get conditioned. Okay, I make up that bed every day. I don't let a day go by without making up that bed. Woo-wee.
Okay, and then another thing. Okay, so how does it make the spouse feel for the in-law who is cleaning up as they come in, right?
Yes.
What does the husband or the child of the parents who are cleaning what does he think about?
One more point that you brought up earlier. You said the husband might have been conditioned by his parents to have a different kind of cleaning situation than his wife exhibited. So just imagine he married a woman who he loves, who may be able to cook, who might be able to do it, but not a big cleaner
Not
like
tidy.
my mama. Like my mama wasn't, that wasn't her. She could cook. She was sweet. She was nice. She would give everybody.
She give you money.
She give baby, you need a piece of money. She give anybody got a sad story. I'd say, no, don't give me, but she do it everywhere. But cleaning up the house and making it all tidy. Two things: cleaning up the house and being on time. Those are two things.
So you know what? You learn to adjust.
You adjust to her culture
because you love your spouse, and the environment is a part of what they've come from.
That's right.
So you adjust.
That's
now
right.
Let's go to late. I like being early as a prime example. And to this day, I remember I'm sitting in the back of the car. My Jolley always sat in the front, slowly getting in because she had bad knees and waited many years before she had surgery. So this one time,
had a knee replaced,
knee replacement surgery. And so I'm sitting in the back and I'm starting to seethe. Is that a word? I'm just like annoyed.
You're annoyed. The word is annoyed. You were annoyed because.
And I'm like, my Jolley, we're late for. I don't even remember where, because we were always going somewhere.
Always going somewhere. She was social butterfly.
That was great. Had lots of free meals. People were wonderful. But I know we were at least a half an hour, 45 minutes late. And she gets slowly, and I say, my Jolley, we are, however it is late. And she sweetly says, but nothing happens until I get there.
Boom! That's where I got it from.
And that was a major light bulb moment.
From there, you check everything. You understood.
I pull out.
Yeah.
Now, to this day.
Yes.
You're better.
I'm much better.
After you missed the plane.
Missed the plane, that did it for me.
And I didn't say a word. That's a whole nother conversation.
That is. She didn't say a word.
I learned. So after, I'm like, so I get ready because I know he's going to be on the edge, running for the plane, which you can't do now. You can't run for the plane now.
No, but back then when I was running for the plane and missed it.
Missed the plane, and I learned not to say a word.
Didn't say a word because she knew I was already beating myself up, and I knew I
and that habit that he and it's part of
that had to break my habit.
DNA.
Yeah, that fixed that.
To work on that.
I haven't missed another plane since, have I?
No, sir.
All right.
So I had to be patient. I had to work on me to be able to adjust to what you had to change on your own.
Right.
That's a big deal.
That's right. So let's assume this husband is somewhat a neat freak like his parents, and his wife loves her. She loves him. They got a great relationship, but she's not neat. And so when the parents came in,
it's like a breath of fresh air.
He could have said, "Whoo!" and they mopping the floor because they said there's stuff over in the corner. And the wife might have been like me. I didn't see it. I just did not see it.
He doesn't see water stains.
I just don't see
floor.
it. I don't see it. And she said, "There's water on the floor."
And now I've developed a sense of humor. But we have conversations and we can laugh now. I'm like, honey, there's water on the counter. And you will say, it's dry. So I'm like,
evaporation. I don't goes up in there.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay. And she says, and we have this dialogue, but I love her. Why should I do you?
And I was like, all right, sweetheart. So if it bothers me enough, I'll just wipe it up.
Now I'm better.
Not that
I washed the dishes now. Did you notice last night you got in? All the dishes were washed.
When I got in, I was in the bed before you.
When you got up this morning.
Yes.
All the dishes were washed.
Yes, they were.
But I washed them.
You did a great job.
Yeah, so
yes, you
I'm trying to get brownie points because y'all know what I want to do. I want to get hooked up. I want to get hooked up often.
The communication
and it's good to be hooked up.
How you speak. How do you say those uncomfortable things?
Yes.
It's because of how it's making you feel.
Yeah.
And you're not accusatory.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the perspective. Where is he coming from? He might have come from an environment where his parents are really neat. And maybe the parents are thinking they're being helpful.
Maybe. So how do we think? Let's give her the answer she really wants. Because you got some really good points that I think there'll be. Ma'am, who sent this? email, here are some points you can write down and use in this situation. Number one, go ahead. You got it right there.
Okay. Under communication,
Mm-hmm.
you want to speak to your mate first.
First, talk to your spouse first before you go in on
how
parents.
this makes you feel.
Right.
I was surprised. It's nice to have it. I was surprised that they were here cleaning up when I got here. I was surprised and I was embarrassed.
There you go. This is how that made me feel. Be friendly. Don't go in mad. Don't go in hot. Don't go in angry. Be frank about how it made you feel. This is how that made me feel. I was embarrassed.
Okay. And then how did it make you feel? Were you happy that they were here cleaning?
That's part 3. Be friendly, be frank, be fair. Say, now, how did it make you feel? Were you happy? Can we talk about, maybe I'm not a good enough counselor.
Maybe we need a housekeeper.
Maybe we need a housekeeper. Okay.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing.
All right. Now, be friendly, be frank, be fair. Then be focused on a win-win. Now, then you go to the parents. Say, look, let's have a conversation.
But I think
so that they can know you.
No, I think the conversation between you and your spouse, you should agree as to what you should cover with the parents.
Oh, okay. I see what the boundaries are. Set
the boundaries. So you and your hubby are on the same page.
Got it. That's good.
Okay, that's very important. And we've already discovered. Consider the reasons behind why they're cleaning. That just might be their natural thing. That might be part of their love language.
Very good. What service?
Service. Neat, clean, orderly. Yes, it might be part of the love language. You got to accept them how they are. If they're not mean, and see, we don't know. She didn't say they were mean.
They might have been nice people who just a little forward and thought they were helping. We don't know that she didn't go into details on that, whether they thought they were helping. But here's how we do recommend you do it. Use the 4 F's. Be friendly. Be frank about your feelings first to your spouse. Be fair. What's your feeling or what's your take on it? Well,
does it make you happy that they clean doesn't bother you? You really want to get a take because you're merging his culture, your culture to create a new culture, and it's something completely new that you're putting together.
Right.
And he's coming from their culture.
Right.
And then I said, you've got to study them. You got to study your mate, and you got to study your in-laws.
Makes sense. Okay.
Because then you can, in some instances, understand or predict what their behavior is going to be because you understand. After living with my Jolley for a year and her giving me tidbits like, of course I'm late because nothing happens until I get there.
That's it.
And it wasn't she was in no way being
arrogant.
Arrogant.
No, she was the sweetest.
That's
it was just
how she
was. That's just how she was.
And you know what? I accepted it. That's very common after that.
Yeah,
it's very common.
So if you use these things, folks, this will help ma'am and anybody else who's still dealing with it. And then have a conversation, loving conversation with your in-laws. And you can tell them I was concerned because I was embarrassed. After you've talked to your spouse.
A conversation.
And y'all set boundaries and y'all
as to what you should say and how you should say it. Because
he knows them better than you do.
He's been with them
we were on the same page about that one, baby.
Yes.
So
yes.
All right.
Okay. Now I've got one other thing to say.
Yes.
One more thing.
One more thing. Go ahead.
It's not about this topic. So we're straight about it. Really is about the communication.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
One more thing.
Yes.
February 14th is coming up.
Yes, it is.
February 14th has 2 important elements.
Really?
It is Ash Wednesday.
No, not Ash Wednesday. It is Strove Tuesday.
The 14th is a Wednesday.
Is it?
I'm almost sure of it. Am I right? Is it the 14th a Wednesday?
Wow. It usually is on a Tuesday. Or maybe my brain was just.
What day is the 14th?
The 14th of February is a Wednesday. You're right.
See?
Wow.
And the 2 things that happen on the 14th is Ash Wednesday because Easter comes early this year. Easter is Sunday, March 31st.
Wow.
So we have Ash Wednesday and we have Valentine's Day.
On the same day.
On the same day.
Wow.
So here's something that I thought about. Love. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I thought this one was really interesting. You know, I'm always reading. I start reading start reading like 4:30 in the morning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning, she was less than 60 years old when she passed away. She was an English poet who wrote under a pseudonym. And she wrote all these poems talking about how she loved her husband. And the most popular one that we know of is, "How do I love thee? Let me count the ways." And I thought about this. We're constantly talking about communicating. And in many instances, the challenge is we make assumptions. We don't ask the right questions all the time, or we don't know the questions to ask, period.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how to say to our spouses that we love them. So,
that's good.
For this week
Mm-hmm.
and next,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we say, "How do I love thee? Let me count the ways."
Ooh.
And start to write down.
Write down. That's a good exercise.
How do I love you? Just one way.
I love you because you smart.
Let me count the ways.
And
So
gorgeous.
One way a day.
You're
How about
sexy.
that? Oh, Willie.
And you're
One way a day.
brilliant.
How do I love thee? By
You're
Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I'm ignoring you.
Tough as nails. And got my
I
back.
love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
Ooh.
Now, if you can't think of, when we think about Valentine's Day, you get the card and all this kind of stuff, the poem is on the internet everywhere.
Wow.
What a great way to start a romantic February with saying something sweet and loving and practicing how to say "I love you" in different ways, because some of us have a problem doing that.
Yes.
And I think most of us do, because we're so tied to our phones and to things that don't breathe. We forget, or maybe we don't know how to express love in words. So let's try that. How do I love thee? What?
She said I'm funny.
You funny?
I just love her. Anyway, okay. I love that, Dee. That's good. We'll go into that next week.
Okay.
All right. Next 2 weeks, we're going to do love stuff.
Yes, we're going to do love stuff.
Ooh, ooh.
And maybe you can create your own, but it's words. Can you think of some words to say?
I got a lot of reasons why I love her.
This is how I love you.
I love
Let me count the ways.
I love the way she looks.
One way.
I love the way she
how you make me feel.
I love the way she caresses me. I love the way she.
It's 9:34. Willie and Jolley.
We way over. All right.
So we want to think. How do I love you?
Okay, we're gonna talk about it next week.
Can you think of 3 ways?
3 ways. 3 ways you love your spouse or your person
or your significant other.
All right. Remember, folks, free chapter from the marriage book at jollymarriage.com. See the TED Talk free at jollymarriage.com. And then we encourage you to get copies of the book for people who are in a relationship and give it as a Valentine's gift. Not just to your spouse or your significant other, but to people who you care about. Say, hey, I bought a copy, and this is my gift to you for Valentine's Day. Give it as a gift to your friends, your family members, your co-workers. Here's a gift of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last for Valentine's Day. Next, we said again, if we're going to start having a sponsor we're going to allow to let me promote that sponsor to our now growing and vast audience of people.
Oh, we're going to have a special guest now and then. We got one lined up.
Oh, we got one lined up.
Humorous.
Oh my God! I'm gonna give you a little tip about it. It's coming soon. It's a friends of ours who we've known for 25 years, and they're older. They're probably in their 80s. I would think late 70s, early 80s, and he has a new book out called Grandpa Does Grandma. And it's about having sex over 70, over 60. It's a cartoon book with him and her.
I think we will enjoy
Oh my
that.
gosh, we're gonna do a whole show on them. Anyway, that's coming up. So again, we're gonna get sponsors. If you work for an organization, you own an organization who you want us to help promote your product and services, email us at info@williejolly.com. We're going to start having sponsors on this show who we can help promote and grow their business. All right, that's it. Thank y'all. I guess it's time for us to go out, huh? Thank y'all. Share this with everybody. Share the recording.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for spending your 35 minutes with us.
And share on jollymarriage.com on YouTube. Jolly Marriage on YouTube. Okay? Talk to you. Here we go. From my jazz album, Close to You.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.